Bull season is back for crypto and bear meat is on the menu. Wasn't there a famous song about that? The bulls are back in town. Did I do that right? I'm not sure I did that right, but Bitcoin and the crypto markets are bullish once again. There's a lot of technical indicators and things that we're seeing in the news that support this idea. A lot of people are talking about the weekly MACD golden cross as well as the golden cross of the 50 and 200 EMAs on the daily chart. We're going to take a look at those as well as the Ethereum charts and all of the news driving markets today. Let's go. What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Before we get started, I have to ask you, it's YouTube policy. If you're going to be on YouTube, you have to say subscribe to my channel and hit smash, tap, pound, poke, whatever it is that's your fancy. Do that to the like button right down below, that little thumbs up. Now, as I mentioned, the talk of the crypto town seems to be the MACD weekly golden cross that's coming. I've got that pulled up right here. You can see it. We have the shorter moving average about to cross up above the longer moving average. We also have this histogram here that's been negative about to cross positive. All of those are bullish signals for MACD. You can see that there was a bear cross of the shorter moving average below the longer moving average right at the highs. That signaled that the dip was coming. This is not like a normal golden cross. This is the way that MACD works. So as I always talk about golden crosses being lagging indicators, that is not necessarily the case with MACD. We should see this cross up, go positive, and eventually reach the top, meaning that prices should go much, much higher. Now, on the daily, we do have a potential golden cross between the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA. These are exponential moving averages, not moving averages. It means that they have a bias towards more recent price action in the formula used to calculate them. As you can see, the 50 is likely to cross up the 200. If price continues to drop, this could turn down, but this seems almost inevitable. But like I always say, death crosses and golden crosses are lagging indicators. We had this death cross here. Well, it was right at the bottom. If you traded that as a short, you got riggedy wrecked. So I believe that the reason we had a death cross is because of the action before it. And the reason we're going to see this golden cross is because of this pump up from 30,000. It does not mean that price is going to continue up. If you don't like EMAs and you like MAs, well, I've got something special for you as well. And that is the 200 MA here on the daily, probably more significant to a lot of traders. We do have the 50 curling up here, which is generally good, but we finally broke above the 200 MA, which was lost in May on the mega uber super dump. Well, now we've flipped it on a bullish candle yesterday, very bullish daily candle that broke it. Now it's being retested almost exactly as support as I'm recording this. It will be very interesting to see if that holds. Now, we also have potential bearish divergence here on the daily chart. Not a huge concern to me. Right here, we could have a tiny little hidden bullish divergence actually to cancel it already if it does happen, but it's always worth watching. We do have overbought RSI and a potential bearish divergence. That said, we had that here and here and here, and price ended up with some retracement going from 40 to 65,000 before those bear dips really played out. Zooming in a bit on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we finally exited this range, which we were never going to leave, it seemed like, for about 3 months. Well, we got out, flipped it as support, so now price should be continuing up. Let's take a quick look at Ethereum. Ethereum against Bitcoin had the massive move up and is now ranging. It's very bullish to see this sort of ranging at the top of a move up. We had that massive move up, and now we are flipping the EQ, the equilibrium. That's this dashed center line of the range to support. That should mean that price eventually reaches the top of the range, and I think likely much higher. You know that I'm a huge Ethereum bull. I love Bitcoin, but I think that Ethereum has more room to run as a trade. Ethereum USD, much like Bitcoin, flipped the long range back to support. 2 candles here showing that support has held. This candle, we'll see. Clearly we have a level here at 31,061. I can draw that right now for you guys to show you where price is being strongly denied. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So we want to see it above that. Otherwise, I'd be looking for a drop before up. But I don't see any reason now that we've exited all of this accumulation on these ranges on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't see a reason that we would see a major drop now. This is the bullish signal everybody's been looking for. Now is not time to get bearish. Now let's dig into the news. Now, the big news of the last week, the Senate just rejected the compromised crypto tax amendment to the infrastructure bill when it seemed like at the final moments the bill was going to get through with a compromise with language that was more favorable for crypto. It took all but one ancient old 87-year-old senator from Alabama to wreck the whole thing because it required unanimous consent from 100 senators. But it took the dissent of one very old Muppet. Senator. But I was thinking of Statler and Waldorf, those two old Muppets that sit up in the balcony and complain about everything. Well, it took one guy like that to ruin the whole thing. Why? Because he wanted $50 billion more in defense spending, because apparently we don't spend enough on the military yet in the United States. Because he didn't get what he wanted. He had a little temper tantrum and killed the entire bill. What a dick. But what's good is that the bill still needs to go to the House, be debated there, could end up in the courts, could be debated there. And at the end of the day, even if the worst language is in there, it would not go into effect until 2023. And even with this language, it would require enforcement for it to even be bad. Let's be real. When they threw this in there, it was a way to raise more taxes. Nobody was really concerned about the language they were using surrounding cryptocurrency. But it is massively bullish in my eyes that the cryptocurrency community was able to stop this bill for so long, and I do think that the language will be revised. Next, large holders accumulate Bitcoin below 50K as Bitcoin transactions over 1 million soar. The dominance of Bitcoin transactions of values above 1 million has doubled year over year, hinting at a rising institutional involvement in the cryptocurrency space. The big boys are buying. What are you doing? Do you want to be whale bait? Or do you want to be one of those little like remora fish things that rides on the back of the whales and is probably really annoying and swims there and licks their back and cleans them? I want to lick the whale's backs. That's me. I'm the whale back licker. It's very clear that institutions and whales are continuing to buy and that the transactions are much larger than they have ever been in history. Don't be a dummy. Buy Bitcoin. Do what the whales are doing. Total crypto market value breaks 1.9 trillion for the first time since May. Crypto markets have recorded a notable rise, surging 700 billion, over 58% over the past 21 days. People are still bearish, and the market cap has gone up 58% in 3 weeks. Now listen, price can drop, things can go down, but we are still in a macro bull market, and everything points to the number eventually going up when it catches up. 1.9 trillion, sort of an arbitrary number, but we haven't been there since May. The ultimate top was 2.5 trillion for the entire crypto market, but nice to see that money is flowing back in and heavily. Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank espouses deflationary future for Ethereum. Shark Tank star Mr. Wonderful argues that Ether is destined to become ultrasound money once its chain merge occurs.
Hey, Mr. Wonderful here, and I've got a really interesting shout out. If you're involved or interested in digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, the crypto economy, you know Ethereum, Bitcoin, other stablecoins are very important, but there's a major change going on right now in Ethereum that you should know about.
This was a Cameo video. How many times are you going to be fooled by Cameo videos? He read a script that someone paid him to read, probably so that they could send it to their friend for their 21st birthday. Cameo is a website where you can pay celebrities to say things. Mr. Wonderful did not say this about Ethereum. It's literally a paid video. This is non-news, guys. Stop falling for stupidity. BitMEX scores multi-year deal with AC Milan to put logo on player sleeves. Funny, because I didn't know that BitMEX still existed. Their executives are all in jail or on their way there, and I think everybody pretty much hates this exchange by now. But I guess it's always good to see a crypto company on the sleeve of a soccer team, a football team, excuse me. Good for mainstream adoption, but who cares about BitMEX at this point? Axie Infinity overtakes NBA Top Shot in weekly NFT transactions. I'm a boomer. This stuff is way over my head, but Axie Infinity is a play-to-earn platform in the NFT space, and it is doing massive transaction volume. 53% of weekly transactions involving NFTs, surpassing NBA Top Shot, which has basically held the top spot since the beginning at 45%. The very small remaining percentage is CryptoPunks and Meebits and probably Pet Rocks. This is pretty huge adoption for an NFT platform. You love to see it. AMC to accept Bitcoin for tickets and concessions later this year. America's largest theater chain is leaning into crypto, but did not specify what technology it would use to accept payments. Always good to see more mainstream adoptions, more companies accepting Bitcoin, even though rationally we know in the United States, ain't nobody using their Bitcoin to buy a movie ticket and some popcorn that's going to explode their arteries. You're going to buy a Coke with Bitcoin and pay the taxable transaction of selling your Bitcoin? No. But at the end of the day, it is good to see that payments are a real use case for crypto. And maybe if you won't spend your Bitcoin, maybe you will use some USDT or USDC to buy a movie ticket to see Fast and Furious 14. Hester Peirce criticizes SEC for 10 million Poloniex ruling. Hester Peirce has again scolded her own agency, this time for the SEC's latest charges against cryptocurrency exchange Poloniex. It was a $10 million fine, not really that significant, but here's what is worth talking about. The agency claimed that from July 2017 through November 2019, Poloniex offered U.S. investors the ability to trade digital assets that were investment contracts and therefore securities. But the SEC has failed to define anything in the crypto space or to regulate or to basically do anything except for sit on their huge white hands and do nothing. So how can you penalize someone for doing something in the past when you didn't even have rules in place to tell them what they were allowed to do? This is stupid. That's the criticism that she gave. This is the kind of thing that we'll be dealing with for a very long time in the cryptocurrency space. Next, Ethereum pet rock NFTs are selling for more than $100,000. It's so stupid that it's perfect, writes one buyer. Here's why this early NFT project from 2017 is suddenly in demand. Well, it really is actually. Take away the fact that it's a rock. It's a very interesting model. There's only 100 rocks ever, and they've minted most of them recently, and each one that's minted is on a bonding curve, so it becomes more expensive. Bottom line right now is that people are really excited about NFTs, and anything that's seemingly scarce will sell, even a JPEG of a pet rock. Listen, I am old. I am not going to buy a stupid picture of a rock. But who am I to say that it's dumb if someone can buy that stupid picture for $100,000 and sell it for $300,000 a week later? And that's probably what we are about to see. I'm curious, are you guys buying punks and fast food punks and penguin punks and dickhead punks? I don't even know what the rest of these punks are. Are you buying these rocks? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please check out everything I have in the description. Sign up for my newsletter. Sign up for BitMEX. You know, all the things I tell you to do every week. And once again, subscribe. Hit that smash button. And until Chartapalooza tomorrow, peace.